Ladies and gentlemen, Street Fighter V is very real and it is very, very different from Street Fighter IV. It's still very much a Street Fighter game, but the many changes and additions give it its own distinct feel. Let me run down some of the most important bits of info I got from a couple of hours of playtime. The revenge meter shown in the early gameplay demos is gone. Street Fighter V has no such meter. Instead, it has the variable, or V gauge, which fills up by either getting hit or by successfully using your character's V skill, a free-to-use action unique to each character. Once your V gauge is full, you can unleash your V trigger, another more powerful unique buff or mechanic that opens up new possibilities for your character. Some V gauges are shorter than others, so some characters will max theirs more frequently in a match, while others will take longer but will generally have a more powerful, longer-lasting effect. Third Strike fans rejoice! Parrying is back! If you play Ryu, parrying is Ryu's V skill, and he can parry seemingly anything from projectiles to EX moves, which of course are still in the game. Each successful parry gives Ryu added frame advantage to retaliate with, in addition to building his V gauge. Like all V skills, it's activated by pressing both medium attack buttons. Yeah, that used to be focus attack in Street Fighter IV. That's gone, by the way. With a full V gauge, pressing both heavy attacks activates your V trigger, which in Ryu's case is Denjin mode. This mode empowers his fireballs and dragon punches with more damage and stun. Fireballs are particularly juiced, as they can be charged, knocking down and causing massive stun damage on hit and guard breaking on block, giving properly placed players an opportunity to move in and start a combo. Chun-Li's V skill is a command jump called Rankyaku. It's a low-to-the-ground air dash that allows her to come at opponents from a very aggressive aerial angle, potentially crossing them up with her signature heel stomps. Rankyaku hits and floats on the way up, too, building V gauge and allowing for some neat juggle opportunities. Chun-Li's buttons are already fantastic in SF5, but once she activates Renkiko, her pressure becomes insane, as it adds multiple hits to each of her normal attacks. Damage and stun add up real fast if she hits you. Chun-Li is still a whirlwind of legs and feet. Her normals are Street Fighter 3 levels of good, Wake Up EX spinning bird kick is still a great option, but her biggest change is that lightning legs is now a quarter circle instead of a button mash. This allows her to use it more readily and aggressively. The same applies to her super as well. All hail the return of low forward into super. Nash's V skill, Bullet Clear, allows him to absorb projectiles and add their energy to his V gauge. He can use it as a poke too when he's close enough to his opponent. Sonic Move is a teleport that can be cancelled into from some of Nash's specials, including his Sonic Boom. He can teleport to one of 3 locations to get out of a bad situation, mix up his opponent, or quickly close on them to punish projectile throwers. Nash is now the farthest thing from a Guile clone. His teleports and various specials that aggressively move him forward make him an in-your-face kind of character. Sonic Boom is no longer a charge move but a quarter circle, and as for his flash kick, he kinda doesn't have one. The roundhouse version of his Sonic Scythe special kind of behaves like an anti-air if you're really predictive with it, but really his only reliable anti-air is the EX version. Bison's Psycho Reflect V skill is very similar to Nash's, with the added option of holding the V skill input to send a powerful projectile back at your opponent. Bison's V trigger, Psycho Power, takes the longest to build, but it lasts seemingly forever and is completely nuts in terms of what it does for him. All of his dashes become teleports, allowing him to advance on and cross up opponents rapidly at will. His special moves all get buffed too, like his Devil's Reverse, which allows him to teleport behind opponents from mid-air. Aside from his new toolset and a slide that now causes a juggle state on counter hit, the biggest change to Bison is what isn't there, his iconic Psycho Crusher. This is the first time since Street Fighter Alpha that he hasn't had it as a special, though it does show up during his super. I've only just scratched the surface of how Street Fighter V changes things. There's tons of subtle but hugely important changes, such as backdashes no longer being hit invulnerable, target combos and juggles being more prevalent, the new counter crush mechanic, and the presence of throw whiff animations, which effectively eliminate option select crouch teching. For much more info on what's new and what's changed in Street Fighter V, check out my full write-up on IGN.